I made £150,000 last month by selling information over the internet to everyday people just like you. And yes, this is 100% legal. And despite what the general narrative online is about gurus and scammers, I'm not one of them. I don't lean into flexing a flashy lifestyle or putting myself on a pedestal, and my self-worth is not centered around materialistic possessions. I've built a business, a team, and a product that I'm incredibly proud of. And we have a mountain of successful clients and testimonials to back that up. And because I'm so confident in the business I've built and the service we deliver, I'm gonna pull back the curtain and be 100% transparent with you and show you exactly how I'm able to make hundreds of thousands of pounds a month online, helping everyday people just like you. I've got nothing to hide, and by applying the same principles I'm about to share, you can start making your first 10K a month online, all the way up to hundreds of thousands, and one day even millions. So let's jump into it. So my main business now is called Club Closer, and we work with beginners and corporate sales professionals, teaching them the skill of sales and high ticket closing, helping them land remote sales jobs, and scaling their incomes up to 10K a month. We've worked with over 500 clients at this point and have a solid track record in terms of results, which we're very public about. And I first want to address the biggest criticism myself and many other online business owners get in the course and info product space, which is you make more from selling your program than doing the actual money-making method you teach and sell. Or if high ticket closing was so good, why aren't you still doing it? Now, I can't speak for everyone, and you can make your own judgment, but for me, yes, I make a hell of a lot more teaching people how to become high ticket closers than actually being one myself. In fact, I don't even take sales calls anymore. I have a whole team that help me with that. And the reason for this is leverage. And with that leverage, I've been able to scale way further than what would be possible if I was a high ticket closer or if I was still taking sales calls from my own businesses. What I teach is a core fundamental skill and arguably the most important skill to have in any business, sales. And I teach people how to use that to get to 10, 20, sometimes even 30K a month, as some of my clients are doing, by becoming high ticket closers. And only because I've acquired sales skills myself, spent years in the industry, built and ran multiple businesses myself, did I feel confident enough that I could help others find their own success within it. But only to a certain level, and specifically with sales and that kind of magic 10 to 30K a month mark. Now, I'm not claiming to help people to get to the same level as me, or even get to 50 or 100K a month, or start their own marketing agency or online business. At this point, I'm sure I could start helping people do that, but that's not what I sell, and that isn't my business. I'm still figuring out those bigger numbers myself, and I'm learning how to, be better and grow my own business. And I, of course, want to scale myself to much bigger numbers before I even consider helping people do the same thing I do. And of course, that's not what I teach, and that's not what I sell. I sell a product that helps people get to their first 10K a month and 6 figures a year by using one very specific skill and model that I know inside and out. And I've learned this repeatable process that can help people do the same. So back to my point, yes, I do make a lot more money by teaching people how to become high ticket closers than actually being one myself. If I wanted to be a closer, I'd cap out at that 30K a month mark. And of course, like most people, I'm ambitious and I want to push for more, and I continue to push for more. And I have a lot more leverage by now building a business in teaching it. I'm helping people build that core foundation, and I'm helping them enter into the online space, taking them from A to B. Whereas I'm not at B anymore, and I did say I'm not going to put myself on a pedestal here, but you might say I'm at D or E, right? I'm not taking people from A to E and selling them, on getting into the position I'm in today. I'm helping them with that first step from A to B, that 0 to 10K a month mark, that will then allow them to scale past B and onwards down the alphabet. And the core reason I'm capable of doing this is down to my experience and my time in the game, which has allowed me to create and have this credibility and provide value that I now have been able to package up and sell. When I first started out in the online space, it was 6 years ago now. I didn't know what a high ticket closer was, and frankly, there wasn't the same opportunities for them there as there kind of are in today's market. I started a marketing agency for dental clinics to start out, then real estate agents. And I made less than 10K in my first 2 years in business. I had no experience, I had no sales skills, I had no idea how to run a business. So it took me a really long time to find that success. But it's from that experience, all the failures, all the mistakes, all the lessons, and all the time I spent learning, that I was then able to create an agency that went on to do, well over $1 million a year for the past 3 years. And only 2 years into running that business successfully did I begin to reflect on the success it had, the past, and ultimately what I would do differently if I was to start again, which then led me to starting Club Closer. As I believe now, from the experience I have, that I could have saved myself those failing 2 years had I done things differently and focused more on learning sales and how to sell than trying to operate this whole business out the gate at 19 years old with no experience. And it's only because I had that experience and learned those lessons the hard way and now have the credibility from building that successful business that I now have the knowledge that I can pass on, package up, and sell to everyday people to help them find success in the online space a lot faster than I did. And I wouldn't be making this video if I hadn't successfully done that and had 500 clients and the results to back it up. As many of the individuals I've worked with inside Club Closer have gone on to make multiple 6 figures a year in their first year within the online space, which is something that, I could only have dreamed of when I first entered this space. But without knowledge, a skill, or some value that others want, and by having the experience I have in this field, I wouldn't be able to ethically sell my product. And if I tried to, I likely wouldn't get any more results, which unfortunately is what you see quite frequently in the space. So at the end of the day, it all comes back to value. It's how much value you can provide to a marketplace and how much value you can provide to your clients that ultimately determines how much money you will make. And I'm now in this fortunate position where I have the experience, I have the credibility, from my own success, but also from all the clients we work with now, which has given me this leverage along with the capital, a team, and business knowledge that I've been able to create this business that now makes well over $1 million a year. And that's because now I'm able to provide a lot more value and the product has evolved. We've hired coaches and with this mountain of success cases to back up that what we teach does work. So the value I sell and the ability to, reach that end result that we sell is so well proven. It's such a well-trodden path that, we even offer a guarantee on it. And you can't really do that unless you have the results and the value to actually back it up. And of course, you can apply this same value principle to our clients and what we teach inside of Club Closer, and probably even, your own personal circumstances. Before working with us, our clients had this finite amount of value that they bring to the table in terms of becoming a high ticket closer, which obviously is handicapping their own growth. They might not be, that good at selling yet, or they don't not know how to actually leverage a skill set they do have, but by learning and gaining experience and having this time in the game, they're then able to increase their own value so much so that they do get hired as high ticket closers and they close deals and they make the businesses they go on to work for a good amount of money, whilst also, filling their own pockets with commission. So the value they bring is the ability to sell and close deals for other businesses. And by increasing their own value, they've increased their income. Much the same as what I'm doing here at Club Closer. I provide more value and I'm able to, gain the ability to work with more people, which is really the same as any business. There are levels to it, which you and I must work through. For me, it started out with that failing marketing agency. Land one client to land more, charge higher prices, and then go on to starting a new business, which I have value to provide, which gave me more leverage and ultimately makes me more money. And this cycle would just continue for me, for you, for our clients, and for any other business out there that's actually focused on growing. So it simply comes down to gaining experience, acquiring the credibility, and being able to package that value in such a way that people want to buy it, as they know you can get that end result that they're after in whatever capacity that might be, handling their sales calls or helping them get to 10K a month by becoming a high ticket closer like we do, or maybe, helping you scale to your business to crazy numbers. It's really just the same process at different levels and at a bigger scale and with more leverage. But the main thing you need to focus on above all else is gaining that experience and acquiring that knowledge so that you can actually provide value and ultimately make more money.